Hello everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, I have done numerous missions off camera. I figured it'd probably be a better idea to go ahead and skip a few of the missions and not do a montage for pretty much every single episode while I'm just trying to get some missions done. As a result, our science progress is pretty damn good. We have 3 of these Tier 4 research items. We just don't have advanced rocketry yet, which I decided to not do because it can wait a little bit. I don't need the big fuel tank, I don't need the radio mounts, and I don't need to do rocket fuel experiments. That's because in order to do the rocket fuel experiments, I need to have a space station of sorts. A space station which has the science lab attached to it. I looked it up some more and figured out how to do this stuff. I can't speak sometimes. Anyway, in order to do these experiments, you have to have the space station at least in low orbit, which is anywhere below 250,000 kilometers and above 70,000 or something like that. So that's going to be our first major goal in terms of generating science. But our current goal is to reach space and achieve an altitude of 56,000 meters. I think we have a pretty good chance of doing that, and I actually could upgrade my launch pad right now. Let's do that. I'm not going to make a rocket ship that requires me to use over 27,000 Kerbucks, but we did get a little low doing that. Thankfully, we're going to get a lot of money for doing these things. Okay, so standard command pod. And bring a Science Junior kit up. And yeah, the mystery goo. Okay. And also this magnetometer. Okay, so that's what we're bringing. Of course, attach this thing so we can send any information back if we need to. This is going to be its own separate piece, and because it weighs a decent amount, in fact, I don't even know. Okay, 6 parts, 1.4 tons. So because it weighs a decent amount, we're going to attach a couple of these radial mount parachutes. Perhaps it won't look as bad if I do it more like this. Yeah, that'll work. I want to have 4 parachutes because I feel that this probably is going to be quite heavy. Alright, so next, not the inline reaction wheel. I do have a mecha jeb, but I've decided to not use it yet. I'm still thinking of how I can incorporate this. Perhaps once I finish all of the next tier of research, or I don't know. I need the coupler. Okay. engine. And I think I'll be able to get all the way up into orbit. Well, I probably could get into orbit with this, but we're not trying to go for orbit. Maybe I should put a little more fuel on. Alright, so I think this would be enough to get us up above and into space. Probably more than enough. See, don't need any more of that. Batteries, don't really need that. I do, however, want these winglets. And everything else should be just fine. Okay. We're going to call it the Sky Piercer because it looks like a thing designed to punch through something solid. Really, it looks more like a missile. A very complex human-driven missile. Let's hope it doesn't turn into one. Right, Jeb? Alright. I don't really want to do an EVA report, so let's not do that. I've already done the EVA report here anyway, so I don't know why it keeps telling me, hey, you can do an EVA report here. Anywho. 3, 2, 1, go. So I've already done this experiment with the launching. I don't believe I'm able to do this magnetronomer while we're not landed or on a suborbital flight. I think it prevents us from doing it when we're in atmosphere, is what I'm trying to say. With the only exception being when we're landed, which I've already done that, which is why I didn't do it. This got us decently high. And this should be enough to propel us up above that 55 or 56 kilometer mark. And if it's not, that's why I have the little bit of fuel right here. And do a bit of gravity turn. Now, we're not trying to achieve orbit. Oh yeah, we're well on our way. We'll get there no problem. And the last of the fuel is gone. And we will have achieved space. Let's see, we're in the upper atmosphere, so I should have the mystery goo experiment. Nope, I've actually done this already. About a crew report. Not useful. Materials bay. Sure, we'll keep that one. And I'm going to turn this off because I don't need to go any higher. Alright, so that mission is accomplished. Let's see. Junk that one. Junk it. Junk it. Yep, 33 grand. Good amount of money. And we've achieved space. So, science, good amount of money. We're able to upgrade something again if we really want to. Let's get this crew report done. Observe the mystery goo. I don't know if there's going to be another full science value for this mystery goo, so I might as well just use it right now. How about you? I like that little thing. Just sticks way the heck out. Alright. Log data. Good. More science. And there's also an ore scan thing, which... it actually does work. That's cool. And that works with this thing, I believe. I think. I don't know anything about this planetary mapping stuff yet, so... I'm gonna have to experiment more with that in my sandbox world. Can't go EVA, so I guess we're pretty much done here. Let's just turn this thing off and then put the magnometer away. It's expensive equipment we have here. Slow us down a little bit and then eject. Goodbye, engine. All we have left now is our gradual, slow descent. Well, our really fast descent, really. And you know what? Having that battery probably would have helped. Oh well. I guess we're just going to plummet towards the ground without any control over which direction we're facing, and probably going to get a bit of whiplash when the parachutes actually get deployed a bit. Nah, we shouldn't get whiplash. Shall we speed this up? I'm sure this is going to be quite fun, the re-entry effects. At least we don't have to worry about getting hit by our own engine. Too bad it's getting dark. Is this actually going to self-right itself? I'm going to deploy the parachutes. It actually kind of is self-righting itself. That's cool. Might as well turn this off because it's useless. And these parachutes should get us down into the water safely. Nothing should break. I really, really hope. Speed this up some more. Oh yeah, we'll get down, no problem. 4 meters a second. Easy. Well, that was a pretty uneventful mission. But don't worry, I'm cutting out a lot of the boring parts for you guys. Especially the parts where I'm not really saying much. Is that a star I see? Or is it an alien spacecraft coming into orbit? Perhaps coming to land. Or maybe it's an asteroid coming to destroy the Kerbal Space Center. I'm sure it's just a star. We need to splash down now. And splash. And onto its back. And that was a weird water effect. Recover the vessel. Get out of here. Alright, we got 51.8 science from that, which is pretty damn good. We recovered 8,775 funds from the parts we got back. 10 parts, 2 resources, 92.6% value. And, of course, Jebediah, who has not gained any experience from that, but that is fine. We are now able to accept our challenge to get into orbit. Yeah, shut up. Test a Sepratron while orbiting Kerbal. I think we will accept this mission. It's a simple enough thing to do. Gives us a decent amount of money. Alright. By the way, there was something I've been forgetting to do. The administration building. I haven't looked at it yet. So these things, they allow you to commit resources towards different things. So for this one, if I commit reputation points towards this, I, instead of getting full reputation point value, I get money. So it's a good thing to do if you are up to 100% reputation. There's patents licensing. Requires a lot of science to do, but you sacrifice some of the science you're earning and get money instead. So both these things, good for getting money if you're getting stuff you don't really need. Most likely you'll be using the fundraising campaign. Unpaid research program. This one lets you sacrifice reputation to gain extra science, or sacrifice money to gain extra science. Both good. Both has their uses. Not interested in either at the moment. I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. Never mind, it's a phone call from New Mexico. I don't know anyone in New Mexico, so I don't know why I keep getting that phone call. Anyway, this one, sacrifice money to gain reputation, sacrifice science to gain reputation. Sacrifice a bit of reputation and get cheaper launch costs and R&D purchases. Or increase the launch cost in order to get better money back for recovery? I have no idea what that is. I don't think I'm going to do any of these yet. Most likely I'll end up doing this one, but maybe I should do it right now. I'll do a 10% commitment. So that drops our reputation down. But in exchange, we're going to get more money every time we get a mission done. So let's see, what do we have for options? All these are going to cost 90 points, so they're out of the question, which means advanced rocketry, you are the thing that we're going to do. Research. Okay. So how much did we recover from that one mission? 8,000 something? Yeah, it was 8,000 something. And how much did it cost us to launch? 16,000. We only got 50% of our money back. But I think that's okay. And this launch will actually be cheaper because we're going to drop some of the science equipment. Namely all of these, because they are not going to play a good enough part. Alright, so this goal is going to be for orbiting. We're also going to be testing the Separatrons, which are these things. And they need to be activated at 77200. So above orbital height and below whatever that thing was. I wonder if we can accomplish it with this, or if it'd be better to put them on here. You know what? Let's just put them on here. Because I know at some point I'm going to need a deorbit, so I can just activate them when I'm in the deorbiting phase. Why did I... No. Okay, so cheaper mission. Oh, you know, I really should take the experiment thing, because if I land in an ocean, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to launch. Okay. So achieve orbit, and while in orbit, activate the Separatrons. Simple enough mission. Why do I have a punch cards thing? Whatever. I don't know what the punch card stuff is for, so ignore it. 3, 2, 1, launch. Alright, we're on our way to space. I wonder if I even had enough fuel to get into orbit. But wait just a little bit, I can start. Like when I hit 53,000 meters. Okay, so start this burn. Alright. Now I hit 72,000. Burn again. Should be enough fuel for orbit. If it's enough fuel to come back down, it's another question. Actually, I don't think I'm even going to achieve orbit with this one. Yeah, I'm not achieving orbit. But at least I can get the Separatrons tested. Actually, I can't because we're not in orbit. Dang it! This was a complete failure of a mission. Alright, so that was a bust. That's clearly because I did not have nearly enough fuel. Okay, let's get the Sky Piercer going and see if we can actually get into orbit. Really need to get myself breakfast. I'm thinking an egg sandwich with toast. That'll be good. 3, 2, 1, launch. Houston? Houston, we have an issue. What's going on? Okay, so when things go horribly wrong like that, you gotta pay attention to what your rocket's like. In this case, our rocket was through the ground. I think that might have made it so that the engine was through the ground on the launch pad. Let's try this again. Okay, are we gonna have the same problem? Hopefully not. 3, 2, 1, launch. There we go. We launched. Alright, we're up above the orbital mark. Or the space mark, anyway. We have a good amount of fuel and a decent amount of speed. Almost there. Okay, periaps, and we did it! Orbit! Success! Alright, so we completed that one. We got a crap ton of money, plus a little bit extra for sacrificing some of our rep, and a good amount of science. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more questionable. Because I need to still be in orbit. Actually, if I reprogram this mid-flight, I can use the Separatrons while facing the opposite direction. There we go. And that actually was enough to bring our periaps down quite far. So with all the things achieved, the question is, do we want to land in the dark or wait till we have daylight? Screw it. We'll just go in the dark. Get this mission done and over with. Get some more things researched. And perhaps even upgrade another building. The cat is climbing on the shelf again, looking for things to knock down. Why do you do this, cat? Why? And with that, we are on a re-entry course, and it should take only a couple minutes. So, see you then. Alright. Didn't get as much science as I was hoping for. But that's okay, I guess. We've got a good amount of money. Jebediah is now a level 1 Herman. Good job, Jeb. Really good job. And it is the middle of the night here at the KSC, so all flights are, well, postponed until daybreak. But we can take a look at what we can do now. Visual surveys, yeah, those are always the same. The LTV 45, or LVT 45, test it at that height going that speed. I wonder if I can do that easily. Harakamak's BACC. I don't even know how to get this one up to that height without it costing me a fortune. Booster in flight. Position satellite in a specific orbit of the moon. Really? Orbit of the moon? I haven't even been to the moon yet, sir. Although sending a satellite to the moon probably would be a more logical step than sending a person to the moon. You get a satellite over the moon first and let it scan the area and see what it takes to even get there in the first place. Just Poodle engine splashing out at Kerbal. That one's kind of an easy one to do. What do we get for that? Huge amount of science. Thank you, sir. That is perfect. I will do that one come daybreak. And I'm not going to do it on camera because, you know, kind of boring. Explore the moon. This is a complex, multi-part thing to do. We need to get in orbit around the moon, transmit or recover scientific data from around the moon, so most likely broadcast a thing, land on the moon, and recover data from the moon, so surface samples, sending a transmission, all sorts of things. I wonder what it would take to get to the moon with what we have right now. Because we're limited on parts that we can use. We're limited on quite a bit, actually. I assume that we would have to use the big fuel tanks just to be able to get near the moon and keep our part costs down. It's going to be quite interesting. Rockamax brand decoupler in flight over Kerbal. Rockamax really gives us good science for completing its objectives. Except for this one. This one's crap. I'm going to accept this one because I think I can actually do that. So what all can I upgrade? Well, upgrading this is going to take over a quarter or a third million Kerbucks. This one I could upgrade, but it's not that important. In order to get more parts for our rockets, I need to upgrade the VAB. This one, I can accept more contracts at once. That's probably going to be a good idea to do. That's a part upgrade. Get more Kerbals going. Increase the research science limit. Increase strategies. Oh boy. I don't even know what we should go for next on this. Perhaps aerodynamics? Get some airplane capabilities? explore the rest of Kerbin and get the rest of the science from that. That might be a good option to go. It's a very lengthy process, and I probably won't record it all. I might record the initial takeoff and then every time I land and get more data, but that'd be it. Advanced flight, there's a MechJeb thing. Actually, MechJeb upgrades, doesn't it? Huh. I didn't know that. So perhaps I can actually use MechJeb whenever I want. Because it won't actually allow me to do things more effectively than what I've researched the capability of MechJeb doing. It's a good possibility. Let's see, space exploration, that's... I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I think I'm going to try to make a low-grade space station next. That's probably what I should go for. But that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to do a couple more contracts off camera. And I will see you guys next time. So take care, guys, and goodbye.